Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Hot Topics, the show, the podcast where we create, inspire, and
Transform, of course.
there, there you go. This is Gloria Goldberg, the founder of the podcast Unbreakable Life with Glory, where I talk about depression, anxiety, and PTSD in a holistic way, a natural way to always make you feel better. And next to me, like always, my beautiful co host, Kia Baker.
That's me. It's your girl, Kia. And I am the creator and host of the Female Veterans Podcast, Women Warrior Stories, and I'm a success coach at London Real Academy. And I also do a little bit of private coaching these days with a very select few clients. And I have just finished building my education portal. It's just about done, and it's pretty incredible. It's called the Rose Method. And so, if you've ever wanted to go to London Real Academy, but you're priced out because it's not cheap, then hit me up because when I do my next round of clients, I might have some space available. So, anyway,
No, you not may have, you will have a space available and it's gonna get like
well,
limited. It's gonna get limited, but you always gonna have a space.
I will take someone who really wants it, but I keep my groups very small. And I say that only because the people who are with me now may want to continue after the 7 weeks are done. And so then there's like a month to month option, and then I'm still coaching. So I don't want to spread myself too thin. And there's a new course at London Real Academy. It's DeFi. And it's about decentralized currency. So I want to make sure that I'm available to support that. So I don't want to spread myself too thin.
See
Hi,
that?
sweetie. Hi, Tendai. Oh my gosh. Well, I know you're going to love today's show. I know you're going to love
Yeah.
it. So,
Yeah.
we are looking for people to follow our page. Hi, Angeline. Hi, sweetheart.
Hey! She was rocking today and dancing and
Oh, I saw
sassy.
that. I saw
Sassy.
that.
Sexy. She's
I'm
getting
feeling that
sexier and
energy.
sexier. Do you see that? I don't know what it
Stick with us,
is.
girl.
Yeah. I don't think that the idea that she don't want anybody right now. I think she's
Mm.
getting there.
Ready or not. When
she
it's divine timing, it's divine timing.
she's showing too much cleavage lately. I said, "Ooh,
Sexy, sexy.
sexy,
I'm not opposed to
sexy."
showing a little cleavage. But you know what? I love this quote by Mindy Kaling, right? And she
Uh-huh.
says that if you got it, flaunt it, and if you don't got it, flaunt it, because what's life for but to flaunt it?
Of course, you have to show
Life is
your
too short
beauty.
not to flaunt it.
Yeah, you have to show your beauty everywhere,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, yeah, just for you. Doesn't have to be for anybody, Angeline. We're just teasing you. That's right. All about divine timing. So, Gloria,
Yeah.
where you are in Costa Rica is so beautiful. I
Yes.
saw you on the beach and walking around, and I see that you're making friends. What a grand adventure you're having over there.
Well, let me tell you, this is amazing what I'm doing. Like I really everybody encourage if you want to be out of the box, do something adventure like this, and especially women that are there like in very toxic environment relationship, or they don't like the job that they have and they just want to change complete your life. Do it and have a risk. There's a lot of people here in Costa Rica working from home from the computers and living the life. So it takes for you to have courage and wanted to do stuff, and whatever comes. But some people have a lot of fears to do stuff, and it's understandable. But when you want things, you have to go for it. Like everything, like for business, for relationships, for whatever you want in life, you have to go for it. And sometimes it's not gonna go the way we want it, but you have to make it happen to see what happens. If you don't do it, you're never gonna know what's gonna happen. It's like when you cross the river, you don't know what's gonna happen between when you cross the river. So
You know what? I love what you said because I believe in all. I believe in the regret theory. And when you're 80 years old, when you look back over your life, are you going to regret doing or not doing something? And if the answer to that question is yes, then you absolutely must do it. And I also feel like I always say lean into the fear and go for it. So if it's something that you want to do but you're afraid, just take a baby step, right? And just go for it. Just lean into the fear. Because once you go for it and you win or lose, right? Whether you succeed at what you're trying to do or
Right,
you quote unquote fail, because there is no failure, there's just lessons, right? You
right,
won by going for it, by trying, because a lot of people don't even get in the game, they don't even try. So you are already pushing past your boundaries, pushing yourself out of your comfort zone by just trying, by just trying. And whatever happens, you're going to learn something. So that's a
exactly.
win.
If I have to,
Yeah,
if I have to go back to the state, I will go back to the state. If I stay here, I will stay here. I don't care where I'm going, and I'm just living the present, every step by step. And I have a mission, I have a goal. I'm working towards them, and at the same time, I'm enjoying my life at the same time.
it's
So
beautiful.
Tendai, you are asking me where's my dog? She's in Florida, well taken care. You know, she's a dog. She can wait for me because life can wait for me. So I need to be on top of my life.
Oh, speaking of dogs, I'm really, really sad
Yeah.
actually that I have to put my best friend down on Saturday. And I have been in mourning for an entire week. So if I don't
Yes.
seem quite like myself, that is why. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Woo!
Jamaica. Oh, girl. I can't tell you how much I love white sand and aqua blue water. That just is my happy place right there. Like warm water, the same temperature as your body. Let me live. That's
Yes.
life for
So
me.
Angeline, get ready your little bikinis, two pieces. You know, moving your
Hmm.
butt over there.
I can't wait to see the pictures on your Instagram, Angeline. I'll be
Oh,
looking
me
for
too.
them.
Me too. Get sexy bathing suits.
I noticed that we are in our Hot Topics live colors today.
Yeah.
We are in
Yes.
our black and our red lips. And we didn't even talk about it. We just synchronized.
She said that she's going to Labor Day. I cannot. I don't know if I'm gonna be in Florida, but if I'm there, of course we're gonna see each other. When is Labor Day,
Mm.
by the way? I don't know. I don't know anything about
September,
that.
first weekend of
May,
September,
May
I
or May
think.
not. I don't know. Who knows? I don't care. I don't need to know what's gonna happen in September.
But today, I can tell you what's going to happen. We
Yeah,
have an
let's go for
amazing guest.
today. Yes.
We have a really sensational guest, and I am so excited to bring her out here and squeeze every bit of knowledge that we can out of her. So, let me tell you, ooh, I used to live in Miami. I love Miami. Speaking of not white sand, but it's pretty light. If you go to Miami, go to Nikki Beach. So, shout out to Nikki Beach. I love that spot. It's my favorite part of the beach. There's a restaurant and nightclub there called Nikki Beach. Also very fun, not cheap, but very fun. Great
Yes.
food, great drinks, beautiful view. I love it. Great music. So if you go there, go to Nikki Beach,
Nikki
Miami,
Beach. Okay, so
South
let's
Beach.
go into the guest because I'm dying to bring her in.
Okay, all right, all right. Yes, I got sidetracked. See, don't mention Miami to me because then I don't want to talk about it. All right, so our guest today is actually someone very, very, very special to me. Okay, she's like a sister to me. Okay, so if you've been watching Hot Topics Live since the beginning, then you know that I went to private school. And my private school is in Hershey, Pennsylvania, actually, where they make Hershey chocolate. The creator of Hershey Chocolate founded a school for orphan boys. And of course, I'm not a boy. Clearly, I promise you, I'm not a boy. Um, and it evolved over years to accept all kinds of people and to get into this school. You have to be accepted into this school. And one of my very special sisters who lived in the house with me during high school is here. And we did get up to some shenanigans. in high school. Nothing terrible because we're all angels.
Oh yes,
But
I can't believe that.
yes,
Yes,
you
I
know
believe
that.
that.
I
I
am
believe
such
that.
a good girl. Okay. So, and one of the things that we did there was clean. We cleaned a lot. We cleaned morning, we cleaned afternoon, we cleaned at night, we clean all the time. So
So
if there's anything that we
she got addicted to cleaning.
well, and if there's anything that, and I will vouch for this, if there's anything that we know how to do, if you attended that school, and anybody watching that has attended that school will support this statement, we know how to clean. Okay, we know how to clean. So my girl Carolina, she created this business after 12 years, okay, doing all sorts of amazing things like merchandising in New York City, working for an interior designer in Massachusetts. Like, she has been very, very busy doing all sorts of organizing and helping people to clear clutter out of their lives, out of their homes. And that's like really psychological as well. And you know
Yes.
that if you watch the show Hoarders, which she was just a guest on. So we're going to talk all about that. And I want to bring out my sister, my girl, the founder and owner of Cure the Clutter, Carolina.
Let's bring her in.
Let's bring her.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited to
Excited
see you.
too.
My cheeks are going to hurt because I'm going to be smiling all the whole time.
This is not my cute smile. This is my giddy and I'm super happy smile.
Yes, me too. Me too. I'm with you. I'm with you. Thank you so much for having me on, ladies.
Welcome. So,
Thank you.
Gloria, do you want to start off with your first question for everyone?
Yes, Carolina, I want to tell everybody where's your location, what time is now.
Okay, so it is 9:25 Eastern time. I'm on the East Coast of the United States. I live in Pennsylvania. So I actually live close to that school that Kia was just talking about. So only about 20 minutes from that school I currently live. So
Where you get addicted to clean.
It's so funny because I love that you mentioned that because it's so true. I think, any thread that we talk about, anything that is associated with our school, cleaning always comes up. Absolutely. Every time always comes up. And I think, obviously cleaning is a part of my profession, but I think what I really love about what I get to do is I get to serve people and I get to help people. And I think, coming from Milton Hershey School, I think that is one of the biggest things that school teaches us is how to have a servant's heart. And so I think that's what I drew the most from Milton Hershey is to serve the population that I've been blessed to be able to be a part of. I'm honored when people allow me into their homes. It's a very sacred space. It's a very private space when you're invited into someone's home. And it takes a lot of courage to invite someone in and ask for help. First of all, to ask for help. And second of all, to be welcomed into somebody's home in their private space. So I absolutely love what I do. And I feel like pinch me because I feel like I'm dreaming every day. I get to do what I do. I had 2 sessions today back to back and it was awesome. I would do 3 or 4 in a row just because I love it so much. So,
you know what, too? I love that it's almost like instant gratification in a way too, because that's what cleaning kind of is, right? You see a mess, you clean it up, and you have an instant success. It's an easy win. And when you string together a bunch of easy wins, then you feel successful, and that confidence spills out into like everything. So that's a takeaway from Milton Hershey that I took.
Yeah.
And also other than having a servant's heart, because that is actually so accurate, it just from our founder himself, I think, who we all consider our dad in some way or another.
Yes.
But also the fact that he failed 3 times before he was successful. So it taught me
it's amazing
to keep going.
Yeah, his story, if you have never read his story or listened to it, you need to. Milton Snavely Hershey is the founder of Milton Hershey School and really created an entire town and then built a school.
Mhm.
I mean, he was an extraordinary man, and he went bankrupt 7 times, failed so many times. I think if you want to be encouraged, read his story, because only the one person, I think, when you read his story or you hear it, his aunt really believed in him from the beginning. His aunt, when he did the Lancaster Caramel Company, when he developed that company first and then did chocolate, because a lot of people don't realize that he didn't do chocolate first. He did caramels first. So, I mean, he's an extraordinary man, and it's an extraordinary story. And I agree with you, like that spirit of the entrepreneurial spirit, we definitely got it from him. You know, he was definitely an encourager in that way for all of us. And then that, like you said, and like I mentioned, the servants, just having a servant's heart, servant spirit. So
yeah. he was the Willy Wonka, like the show.
kind of.
That, yes.
Kind of. And we were all like Charlie.
Yes. But there was like thousands of us.
And we're all like brothers and sisters. So can you imagine when you go to like a reunion and there's like class of 1950 and then class of like
it's amazing.
Really amazing.
I think that's the intergenerational part of it too. When we gather together, like it's amazing. I actually went to school in Boston. I went to Boston University, and as soon as I found out, and he found out, there was an alumni from Milton Hershey there. I think he graduated in the like 60s. He was like, I need to call her. I need to check in with her. I need to see how she's doing. I just love that. It didn't matter that there was 30 years of, 30 years between us. He was wanting to reach out. And that's something that we do all over the world, all over the country is, when we know that we're going to be in that area, we connect with those folks. We connect with other MILT. We call it MILTs. I know that sounds funny, but that is our phrase, MILTs. It's like we have another language, don't we, Kia?
Absolutely.
MILTs. We call each other MILTs, but the alumni from Milton Hershey. I went to San Diego a few years ago and was able to connect with Sandra from Winda, from our student home. So Kia knows exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah, another sister. Actually,
was she? That's awesome. Yeah. I love it. That's great. So I think that is what's really special about our bond and about our school. For sure.
Absolutely. I agree with you, Tendai. You said serving is the most underrated attribute that anyone can possess. Cleaning, serving, or taking care of anyone other than yourself is actually so gratifying. Yeah, I agree with that. That's why I love my kids, but I also am half crazy because they drive me crazy, but they are awesome and actually very rewarding to have, which is why I understand why Milton Hershey had so many of them. He created a whole school. And so when I tell people I grew up on a dairy farm, that is why.
They're like, what? Yeah. And even like the milking cows and picking vegetables and being up at dark 30. I mean, it was early.
We had that farm life.
Yes.
We grew up on a farm.
It grew us in character and in service and in attitude. It was good for us. Even though we didn't like it, it was good for us.
Oh yeah, we hated it. Don't get it twisted.
We were all, we felt like it was miserable. But now that when you have your own kids, you grow up and you have your own children, you realize that there was so much value in that work, and so hard, but it was so good. Agree.
I agree. And that set you up for going to Boston University. And then from there, where did your career take you? I'm so curious.
So I left Boston and came to New York, back home. So I'm from New York City originally. And ended up living with my father. It was hard after college. I got a job, and then that job that I got, I actually found my husband. So I met my husband about 2 weeks after I moved back to New York, which was pretty awesome. And a year and a half later, we were married. And so I am so thankful that I was on that journey. Like I wasn't even though it was hard, from a work standpoint and that kind of thing, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was like, at that time I was working in merchandising, and then I moved to Massachusetts with my husband and started working with the interior design store. And I loved it, but I didn't love it like I do what I do now. So we moved to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, 2 years after being in Massachusetts, because we weren't excited about it, living there. And once we moved to Massachusetts, I maybe 3 years or I'm trying to think how long, couple of years later, I got pregnant, and I actually stayed home with my first child and then with my second, but I started to get itchy. So when I started to get itchy, I thought, what can I do? I always wanted to do professional organizing. And people are like, what's that? And it was already started. It had already been around for about 15 years, but I was really excited to do my own venture. And I always wanted to be my own boss. Thinking about Milton Hershey, I had that entrepreneurial spirit, and I really wanted to do it. So with the support of my husband and my family, I started Cure the Clutter. It'll be 13 years in September, and I have not regretted it, not once. There has been times I wanted to quit. I'm not going to lie. Hardship, with clients, or a hardship with, situations or finances, but I never gave up. And I feel so blessed to be able to do this business as often as I get to. And like I said earlier, I feel honored when people allow me into their homes. I do not take it lightly. I do not judge. I just love people and encourage them through it. And so to allow someone to be able to spend time doing what they love to do rather than what they have to do, that means everything to me. So I feel like if I can set up systems and help you spend less time organizing and looking for stuff so that you can spend time with your family, you can spend time doing, being productive for work, spend time making fun memories, that is what I want to do. So that's my end goal all the time. Yep.
It's amazing.
So I have
Thank
a
you.
question. So
yeah, go for it.
In the area of cleaning, there's different ways to do stuff. There's some people
Sure.
they hire you because they want to have a clean house, and they pay for you for that. But there's other kind of cleaning that you have to go in and treat the person first,
Sure.
for you to be able to start the process of cleaning the house.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
Can you explain how
Absolutely.
that goes?
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a lot of psychology involved with helping people declutter, because there's reasons why people have cluttered homes or hoarded homes. I think a lot of people go straight to the hoarding. And that's actually not my typical client. My typical client is not a hoarder. I do have hoarding clients, but that's not the typical client. The typical client usually is there's something that has happened. It could be the loss of a family member. It could be the loss of a child. It could be the loss of a job. There's so many things. It could be a high schooler moving out of someone's house, and now they have an empty nest, and they haven't been able to keep up with things. Someone returning to work, having a full-time job, and just not having the ability to keep up with the daily things that they want to do. So my goal is to come in and help them create systems, develop things that actually work for them, cater to them. So a lot of people think, oh, well, you come in and do the same thing for every place. No, I don't. I actually want to come into someone's home. I often tell them, do not organize before I come. Do not clean up. Don't touch a thing. Leave it exactly how it is. Just live in it. Be patient. I'll be there soon, and then we'll get to it, because I want to work within what there are things that already work for them. There are systems that work for them. So I want to pull those out and then weed through what isn't working, and what isn't working, then try to change it and adjust it. We all struggle with change. I think people in general, we struggle with change. It's really hard. And so my goal is to shift that paradigm, to help them think differently, to help them readjust. So from a psychological aspect, yeah, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Now, I will say someone that's like a hoarder on the hoarding scale, so it's a chronic disorganization scale, that's a mental health issue. And so I always want to pair up with a doctor or a therapist or psychologist that can help them through that, so that we can actually work together. So we're working in tandem and helping this person through this process. Because hoarding is actually very difficult. You can cure the space, but they're going to re-hoard it right away. And so the key to that is bringing a professional in to work with them. But from a psychological standpoint, there are some things, like I do feel like sometimes, some days I come home drained because I feel like a therapist. I'm listening a lot. I'm hearing, some of the things that they're going through. And sometimes that's all they need, is someone to just listen to them. They just need to get it all out. They need to share. And that's what I'm there for too. So from Gloria, like you said, from a psychological standpoint, that's something I deal with too, like the emotional difficulties that come with clutter. So I enjoy that part too. I am so happy to let people unload and me share that burden with them, me carry that burden with them.
And so what is the case that you have in your 13 years that is still in your mind and impact you forever, for now?
I feel like everyone leaves a little footprint on me. Or like a little print on me. Every single client that I touch. I was actually talking with my husband about it last night, and just thinking about some of the older clients that I've worked with, and one that I lost last year. I mean, I was working with him for 7 years, and I was actually the one that found him. And so that is heartbreaking to me. Obviously, that impacted me. But I was like his person. He didn't have any family nearby. All his family were thousands of miles away. So he relied on me. And so because I had an appointment with him, I was the one that unfortunately found him. So I feel like every person that I touch, I feel like touches me and impacts me and leaves like a print on me. And I just am so thankful to be able to do what I love.
So can I just say something really quickly?
Sure. Yeah, of course.
I just want to point out, if you haven't caught it from listening to Carolina, what a beautiful soul she is. I just want to point that out.
You're very sweet. Thank you.
That's it. But I also do have a question.
Okay. Thank you.
So Gloria asked such a beautiful question about which client impacted you the most. Well, my question is similar but different. So you've been doing this for nearly 13 years, right? Yep. And you've worked with so many different people. What are some of the trends that you've seen in the catalysts for this, like in the psychology, right?
Yeah. So I think I mentioned that before too. I feel like there's something that is just so hard that they go through. Some loss, some hurt, some struggle. Oh my goodness, Angeline, thank you so much. You're very sweet to say that. Thank you. Just some struggle, some difficulty, that actually is the catalyst for the struggle. Often it's sometimes several things that overlap it. So the loss of a, sibling, then, the husband passed away, then their kids move out of their house. It's just, sometimes it gets poured on and it's so hard. And it's just like so I'll say people often look at someone that's disorganized or struggles with chronic disorganization and thinks that they're lazy. And that is far beyond the truth. That is not even close to the truth. It is not. And I feel like that's a stigma that I would love to get rid of or pull away or encourage people and educate people on. That is not true at all. Someone that's chronically disorganized is really struggling. There could be fatigue. There could be chronic illness. There could be, a serious amount of loss. If sometimes when you hear the story, you feel the compassion for the person and you think, oh my goodness, of course they're going to go through this, or their home is going to look like this. It's so easy for all of us to judge. And that's first what we typically do. All of us, we judge right away, and that's not fair to them. And so I feel like that component to it is really like just listening, being a really good listener and encouraging each person to share, each client to share wholeheartedly what it is that they're feeling, So I feel like sometimes it's like mountains of stuff, it's just things that overlap, usually big life trauma, and sometimes people think, oh, well, does it have to be a death? It doesn't. But sometimes it can feel like a loss when a child moves out, or he's grown up, or he or she gets married. And then you feel like you don't have the access to them that you did before, So it could be a lot of things, like a lot of different things for different people.
So,
Carolina,
great
go
question.
ahead. Go ahead, Kia.
So I was going to just say, so psychologically, so we talked about the triggering event, right?
Yes.
But psychologically, would you say then those events to me make me think of maybe depression or anxiety, which is
Absolutely.
often would seem like they are often a cause of someone becoming disorganized, or
Yes.
simply just being unwell, or
Absolutely.
or just being overwhelmed. So,
Yes.
I mean, I guess that could go along with anxiety, but it seems like those are a lot of the precursors to
Absolutely.
kind of letting things, probably, I imagine, you probably hear this, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm speaking from my own experience, to be honest,
Yeah.
but so no judgment. But so I imagine it just happens slowly over time for a lot of these people, like,
Yeah.
and then they just look around and go, wait a minute, my house is a disaster. I
Yes.
need help, right?
Yep. Absolutely. That's 100% true. Yeah. I mean, it's almost like they're like, this just snuck up on me, but it didn't. It's what they allowed this day. And then a month later, they allowed this, or they're, finding therapy through shopping. And they bring the bag in, or the shopping in, and put it down and don't touch it again. They don't look at it. It's really, the goal for them is the thrill of the buy or the find or the shop, and that's it. And so it's a real struggle, for sure. Depression and anxiety are really big when it comes to people that are chronically disorganized, and again, that is not 100% of the clients that I deal with. Sometimes it's just life circumstance, something that happened that, didn't allow them to be able to keep up with the systems they had in place. Or, I get calls and I was really organized once. It's just so hard right now. I need help. You know what I mean? Or I just moved into a place and I don't know what to do. I'm like fresh out of ideas. I need a fresh pair of eyes. So it really does vary. But the chronically disorganized person, anxiety and depression are really a big part of it. Absolutely, Kia. You're 100% right.
Yeah. Carolina, it goes in different ways too. Like, for example, I suffer from anxiety.
Yeah.
And I recognize that.
Yeah.
But also, I'm not disorganized, but also I can be very disorganized.
Right. Sure.
Moments of life. And for example, I have days that I want to have everything super organized, like the stream, super organized.
Yeah.
And
right.
maybe the next week I have everything around. And then I said, oh my God. And then I said, oh my God, I'm out of focus.
Yeah.
And then it's like, again, I have to start putting back things again.
Yeah.
There's another situation that happens to me that I'm correcting now, thank God being here, that I got into impulsive buying. So I buy.
Yeah.
I wear the piece. I like it, and the next time I don't like it at all. So I put it there.
Wow.
I put it there. I put it there. And then I saw my clothes at one point so full, and I feel like, oh my God. And then I start being minimalist. I said, I think this is the cure for my anxiety. And then I start purging and purging my house, purging the bathrooms, purging my closet.
Oh my goodness.
And when I counted how many pieces of clothing I remove out and give it away, 300 pieces.
What?
Between shoes,
wow.
between every little thing.
Wow.
300 pieces.
Wow.
And when I reduce like this, I feel like very, very happy.
Yeah.
And very light.
Yeah.
And I can breathe.
Yes.
So
yeah.
My personal opinion, for people who have anxiety, the best thing is to live a simple life that it let them space to think and space to relax and have enjoy the life.
Absolutely. I mean, what a great idea to move to Costa Rica to do that, right? Like, I love that. I think that's amazing. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard the 80-20 rule. Have you guys ever heard the 80-20 rule? So yes. So 80% of what you keep, you don't ever even touch again. And I would say the clothing is the same thing. you really only wear 20% of what's in your closet. So what you did, Gloria, was you took that 80% and got rid of it and kept the 20% that you do wear. So I think that if we have a mindset that says instead of keeping that 80%, keep that 20 that we know we're going to use, we know is going to fit. I worked with a client today and she purchased things that are going to fit her. I said to her, no, you need to purchase what you are currently in so you're not discouraged, because you're inviting discouragement. You're inviting anxiety. You're inviting frustration. So I said, you need to keep what you have and just purchase what fits you currently. Yes. You will. And you know what eventually you'll fit in, then the styles will change. You can buy what's current in that. I mean, how fast do styles change? You know, now crop tops and high-waisted jeans. You know what I mean? Like in a year and a half, that's not going to be what, you know, people are into. They're going to wear something else. So I think it's really important to live currently, like live what you're in now. Love who you are right now. Love what yourself in your body right now. Accept where you're at right now and be okay with it, because I'm sure that if you love yourself like that, other people are going to love you the same way. They're going to treat you the same way. You know what I mean? So I feel like we can't treat ourselves poorly. When we do that to ourselves, I think the rest of the world sees that, and that's unattractive. You got to love yourself exactly the way you are and where you're at. And you know what? Some people won't like it, and that's okay. That's not your people. Mm-hmm. Be with the people that know you, love you, and love your heart, you know? So I think that's so hard, because as women, we are so hard on ourselves. We're impossible. I mean, we go up to a mirror. I remember hearing a speaker say this once. We go up to a mirror and women are like, oh, my wrinkles, oh, this, oh, that, you know, oh, look at, I have ugly this, ugly that. And men go up to a mirror and they're like, you can't see me, but they like lift their arms and they're like posing. And I mean, they don't care, you know, but us women, we're so hard on ourselves. So I would say to women, lighten up, you know that you are beautiful exactly how you are, and the weight that you are and the size that you are. You're gorgeous exactly the way you are.
Or get a small mirror and that's it.
Or get rid of the mirror.
Get rid of the mirror.
I mean, right? Yeah.
I mean, I love what you said.
You're gonna see wrinkles because you're not seeing the mirror.
You're not
seeing
nothing.
There's nothing to see.
Or your phone, because you can.
Do you put filters?
I know. There you go.
Then you filter every time who you are.
I know, that's true too. That's true.
Although I do love my filters, but I will occasionally post a picture with that one because I don't need them. I just like them. Like to make that clear.
I don't like filters because when people see you in person, we say, "Oh, this freaking lady is very old."
Maybe you, not me, honey. Okay,
that's right. I love it.
I love people to see me the way I am.
You are two beautiful, confident women. You are two very beautiful, very confident women. I love it. I love it.
You know, we believe in what you said, Carolina. We believe that, you know, you should love yourself. Like, so instead of my thought is, instead of getting rid of the mirror, okay, because it can be a useful tool for reconnecting with yourself. My idea is to find something you love about yourself. You've got to love something, right? Maybe, and if you're not sure, maybe someone once told you, "Oh, you have very pretty eyes," and you were like, "No, I don't," because you had to, you didn't believe them. You don't know how to take a compliment. So hang on to that and just be like, I love my eyes. I love this and I love that. Right?
I agree.
Yeah. Why we need to love one little thing?
I know.
But
let's love it all.
I'm saying find somewhere to start, because everybody is just not going to automatically look in the mirror and go, "I love myself." It's not always that easy. It is, but sometimes we block ourselves from being able to see it. That it's that easy is my point. So,
that's very true.
You have to find your people, and you have to, you know, love yourself. And I love what you said about fitting into clothes, that wearing the clothes that you fit into right now, and get rid of those gold jeans. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have a pair in my closet. But I also really love where I'm at. So I sort of do both of those things, but I
Yeah.
actually really like the idea of not having the extra. Why have it? Why have
There's
it?
no point.
So
There's no
so I
point.
love the 80/20. We use the 80/20 rule for podcasting when we do
Right.
interviews. I never thought of it as far as looking at what's in your home. That's really
Yeah.
interesting to me.
Yeah. Yeah. They say it about your papers too. So you'll file papers and you won't reference 80%. You won't ever touch it again. 80% of what you keep, you won't ever touch again. So, you know, I think it's every aspect of life. It's really something. It's really something. So I think if there's any takeaway that I would encourage anyone to have is love who you are right now. Don't think about who you're going to be tomorrow or who you're going to be next month. Love who you are right now.
I love that. That's
Yeah, because
amazing.
you don't know if tomorrow you're gonna be alive. So you have
That's
to
right.
you have to love what you see right now.
Absolutely.
That's the
I
only thing
agree.
you have right now.
Yes,
Mhm.
I agree. I agree. And you're worth it. I think, you know, there are often times that I deal with people that are chronically disorganized and they don't love themselves enough to have a clear space, have a working washing machine, have a working kitchen. Like, you deserve that. You absolutely deserve that. You deserve a safe and good and healthy environment to live in. All of us do. It doesn't matter who you are. We all deserve that.
Mm-hmm. Comfortable and beautiful to you and for
Yes,
you, right?
absolutely. Yes, it doesn't have to be HGTV perfect. That doesn't matter. I think what is really important is that you feel good where you are, you know, in yourself and in your home.
It's like your own little utopia. Whatever
Yes,
it looks like, whatever you design it, you create
that's right.
it with whatever
That's
you
right.
can afford and whatever looks good to you. And especially we've just been living through this pandemic, right?
Yes.
And we were all stuck in our homes. So what I was thinking, and what Gloria and I talked about on several episodes, if you go to our Hot Topics Live Facebook page and scroll back through the episodes, you can watch them all and hear all of our
Nice.
fun conversations. But
Nice.
something we talked about a lot was creating an environment that you wanted to be in because you were stuck in it.
Yeah.
Amazing, like making your home as amazing as it can feel to you,
Absolutely.
and some of the things that you did to
Absolutely.
make yourself feel amazing in it. Like our
Absolutely.
friend Matilda from Coffee with Matilda, the podcast, came on and she said, every night I'm having a candlelight dinner.
Good for her.
with her boyfriend. And I thought, oh,
Good.
and every morning
so
my son
good.
and I have breakfast in bed, right? Like, so and doing those little
So
things
good.
in your clean and
Yes.
beautiful environment make you feel amazing. It adds to feeling
Absolutely.
good and feeling
Yes.
confident. And
Yeah.
I think that's really a huge part of it and a gift
I
of
agree.
what you do, Carolina.
Absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly. And, you know, when you mentioned that, it actually drew me back to 7 years ago. My husband was diagnosed with kidney failure and heart failure. It was a really scary and hard time. Yeah. And I shared a little bit with Kia about that. And I won't focus on that part of it, but he, you know, had to go through so much dialysis for years. It just wreaks havoc on your body mentally and physically. So, you know, it's good that it cleans your blood. The dialysis does its job, but it just wreaks havoc on your body. But the emotional aspect of it too makes it so hard. And so he started doing dialysis at home in the evenings, 8 hours, then it went to 10 hours, then it went to 12 hours. He was like living in our bedroom. And so I took our bedroom and completely revamped it. I brought in painted furniture, like I completely revamped it and organized all his medical supplies so everything was easy to find, but hidden and away so that he didn't have to stare at medical supplies each and every day. Now he pulled them out each and every day because he had to use them, but I think he had to live in a space where he felt warm, comfortable, encouraged, and not so defeated. And so I remember him saying, like, the first night he was in the new room, at new curtains, you know, paint, all that good stuff. He was just like, this is amazing. Like, I feel so happy in it. Even though I'm struggling and fighting for my life, I feel so happy in this space. I feel so much joy in this space. I feel like I want to be here where before I was running from it. So I think it's important in anything that you do, daily life, or if you're dealing with a major life event, you know, to make your space so that it's comfortable, livable, and that you can feel some joy in it. Because I think one of the most beautiful things in anyone when you meet someone is their smile. You want to see people smile, don't you? I always want to see people
I love
smile.
it.
You can see the joy in their, in their lives and in their face when they smile. And so to make my husband smile like he did, it was worth every bit of hard work that we had to put in to just be able to get that room done for him. And it took a couple weeks, but we got it done. And it was so amazing for him. It was such a transforming time for him. So
that's beautiful. And I definitely, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I think we talked about this on the show, Gloria, that I only have one kidney, that I had a nephrectomy in 2016. And during that time, as we were talking about Carolina's beautiful soul, she came through and really supported me through that whole time period, because she had experience with her husband and caring for him and being his support system. So I really appreciate that. And I will never stop saying how much that meant to me. So thank you again.
Yeah, of course. It was my pleasure, Kia. I think whatever we can do to encourage each other. When I saw that you were going through that just broke my heart. And I thought, you never want anybody to go through that. But what a great thing that if you've walked through it, why not lift someone else up? Why not encourage someone else, as they go through it? And I'm with you, Kia. I only have one kidney too, because my husband thankfully received a new kidney in 2017, and I donated mine on his behalf. It's called the Parrot Exchange, and so it was 18 people and 9 kidneys, and it happened over a few weeks' time. It was extraordinary, and it was really cool. I mean, my kidney went to North Carolina to a young lady there, and his kidney came from Connecticut from a gentleman there. It was such an amazing time. But I think what I love the most about that time, and my kids actually still, when I pray with them at night, they still pray for the 18. They call it the 18. I just,
so I could shed tears.
I have often. It's so extraordinary.
I'm already got my eyes watering.
And we don't even know who they are. We only know 2 people of the 18, and that's myself and my husband. There is 16 other people that are part of the chain that we have never met. And I mean, I think it would be amazing to put us all in a room and try to figure out who got whose kidney.
Right. Yeah.
Like a fun game. But we've never met them. But I think it's an amazing thing. Technology and science today is extraordinary, and that 18 people can be involved in a chain and all of them be successful. That blows me away. It's amazing. It was truly amazing to be a part of. So I'm with you, Kia. I just have one kidney, but
thank God we can live a long,
for a good reason.
Life
That's right. For good. Yes, you really can. They actually say people that live with one kidney live longer than people that have 2. Just so you know.
I
Gloria, just so you know. She's like, I'll keep my kidneys.
She's like, I'm good.
Maybe I'm going to live maybe 2 years less.
You're okay with that. I got you.
with that.
Well, and I feel there was something that happened very early on here, before the show started. I just found out that Gloria is de Medellin, Colombia, and I am too. So is my family. That was really exciting. What a cool connection. Dos paisas, dos colombianas en un programa. I know. So, in English. I know. We got to say it in English, but yes, if paisa is, so people that are listening, paisa is like, it's a way, it's a nickname for people that are from that part of that country, from that part of Colombia, paisa. So, like you would say someone's from the South, you'd say a nickname about someone that's from the South. That's similar to that. It's kind of like that. So yes, you have 2 paisas on one program. That's really cool.
Kia was married to a paisa.
How cool is that? See, I love
my
it.
kids are half Colombian, from Medellin.
También.
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful country. I know we do, right? I know. Yep, I love Colombia. Yep, it's awesome.
Good.
So. Yes.
That's good. So I do have some more questions though,
Go for it.
because we're running out of time, and I have
Yeah.
one more burning question, and then I want to talk about your appearances and everything you're doing and how
Sure.
you can help people. So
Yeah.
stay tuned for that. But here's my question. All right. So what is the process that people go through with you? Like if they call you and they want to connect with you and
Yeah.
they need your help. So how does the flow happen?
Sure. Yeah, that's such a great question. So I usually encourage people usually reach out, through email or a text or whatever. I always say, can we have a phone call? I really want to encourage people to talk to me so that we can make sure we're a good fit. We have, good chemistry, we understand, and that I can actually serve them properly. Because if I'm not the right person to serve them, I don't want to be the one to help them. I want to point them to the right person. So the first thing is a phone call. And sometimes phone calls are 15 minutes, sometimes they're an hour. It's just, I'm okay with whatever the client needs. So it's a phone call, and I kind of find out what it is that you need help with, what you're looking for, and usually book a session right out of that phone call. And when I go in to help the person, I do hands-on help. So hands-on help and body doubling. Those are the two big things that I like to share with my clients. Is body doubling is really important because we get more work done, right? Because it's two of us, we body double. So we mimic each other, and we're doing the same thing so that we can get the task accomplished quicker. It's not about being fast, but it's about being efficient and productive.
Right.
So that's always the goal, right? And then so I work with a client hands-on, and then usually I leave them with a homework list, a list of tasks to do until I return again. It's good for accountability. That's a really important part of my business, is keeping people accountable so that you don't feel like you've wasted your time or your money on having me come in. And so that homework list is really good for accountability. It's not to, slap anybody on the wrist because they didn't get something done, because I never do that. My goal is to give you goals to accomplish. And if you get some done, great. That's better than not having any goals at all. Right. And so then I return and we do our best to continue on that same project. I'll speak specifically of a project I did recently. It was an office for a client that I did in their home. It was a husband and wife. And we went through that office top to bottom, left to right, addressed every single piece of paper, every single book, every single item in this office. It took us 4 sessions. It took a lot, but they were so willing, such great participants, did their homework every week. Sometimes, some things may or may not be done. That's okay. We'll get it accomplished. It'll be the thing that we do at the top of the hour. That's the first thing that we do at the beginning of our session, and then we continue to move forward. So it really just is, if the client is willing, and if they're calling me, they're willing, they're ready. And that's always what's exciting for me. People reach out to me with their ability to want to do this, their desire to do this. I sometimes do get calls from people that want to do it for their family member. And I say, are they involved? Do they want me there? Are they going to be engaged? Because if they're not going to be, everybody's wasting their time, and you're wasting your money. So I want a fully engaged client, and someone that calls me and reaches out for help is ready. So that's kind of the process of what you go through. Sometimes I'm able to help a client soup to nuts. Sometimes it's just soup. I give them soup and then they finish it, on their own. Or sometimes they start it on their own and they need me to help come in and finish it. It just depends. I love soup to nuts because I get to do the full gamut of it. That's always exciting for me. But I'm good with however the person needs help, and I adjust accordingly.
So Carolina, can you tell again everybody your location, so for people who know
Absolutely.
you in the area, they can contact you?
Absolutely. So I'm in central Pennsylvania. I'm in the city of Harrisburg, which is actually the capital of Pennsylvania. A lot of people don't think that. A lot of people think Pittsburgh or Philly are the capital of Pennsylvania, but it is Harrisburg. And it's like south central Pennsylvania. And I serve about an hour distance. So I've gone out to Chambersburg, to Lebanon County, to Lancaster County, York County. So it just depends on where you are. I would love to serve you. I also do virtual organizing for those that are too far away. So if someone is on and they're looking for virtual help, I can help them too. My email is right there, Carolina@curetheclutter.net. I do have a website as well. It's curetheclutter.net. It is under construction. So you can connect with me through social media or instant message or email. My phone number is there too, so you can call. call me if you need help. So I love to help people. I love to be able to get you to spend time doing what you love to do rather than what you have to do. That's my goal.
I love that you do it virtually. It's so necessary now. And we have the most of the people that watch this. Hello, Europe, somewhere in Europe. That is where our largest fan base is. So
that's awesome.
that you're not excluded. You can reach out to Carolina and she can help you.
Absolutely.
And I bet you, if you have tall dollars or euros or whatever currency you are, you could probably bring her to you wherever you are if you're willing to finance that. I'm guessing. So, so I'm just saying it could happen.
Yes, it could happen. It could.
Carolina, Kia, and me, we are the Kardashians of Europe.
I love it. I love it. Kia, that's awesome, Gloria. I love it. You guys are so cute.
The craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. But okay.
Well, if you flaunt it, you said it. If you flaunt it, you got it.
Yeah.
You know, right?
If we go to Europe, they're gonna ask for signatures. The red
carpet. The red carpet is just gonna roll right out. I can't wait. I'm going to London in the fall, I think.
You are good.
I think so. Yeah, graduation for
so
London Real Academy is finally, I think, gonna happen. Rumor has it, and it may be in September. Hopefully. So my birthday's in September. So I would love to go to London, go back to London in September and celebrate my birthday.
Happy birthday to you. That would be awesome. What a great way to celebrate. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So let's talk. Oh, you go first and then I'll ask.
55 minutes. 55 minutes right now. So
okay. So we have just a time for a couple of more questions. Yes. And I want to talk about, I noticed that you've been on TV lately and I want to talk about that. It's amazing. How did that happen for you?
Yeah. So the show Hoarders reached out to me actually through email and asked me to be a part of a local show. Usually they hire, my title's support organizer. And so they asked for me to be one of the support organizers. They usually look for 3 for a local show that was being filmed here in Pennsylvania, only about 45 minutes from me. And that actually show, they changed the expert. So they changed the person that leads the show, the cleanup expert. And because they changed her, she brings her own people. And so they were like, you know what, we're not going to have you be a part of the show. We're sorry. We see that you made an effort. Thank you for that. Because it's 4 solid days of filming that you do for the cleanup. They said, would you like to come to Virginia? And 2 out of the 3 of us said, yeah, sure. Why not? So we went to Virginia, and that was my first episode. If you saw it, it was season 12, which just rolled out. And it was episode 2 with Forrest. That was my very first episode. And so after that episode, I thought, oh, it was a once and done because you're a support organizer. They really only want local organizers. But they actually reached out to us again. And so they asked for all 3 of us organizers to return. And we went to New Jersey to do Dolores, which was episode 3 this season. And then episode 5, which is Meryl from Worcester, Massachusetts, which is outside of Boston. So we did 3 then episodes and we were like, this is amazing. What? They're flying us out. This is so cool. They appreciated the consistency and the support in the support organizers. So they were really excited to have us. And then we went to Oklahoma, which was episode 7 of season 12. Wow. So 2, 3, 5, and 7. That was the 4th episode that I filmed. And that one I was microphoned for. And so I was like, what? Microphones? What is that? What are you talking about? I was so nervous. My goodness gracious. I just try, I typically do it anyway, but I try to pretend the cameras aren't there and I just do my job. I do what I normally do. I behave the way I normally behave. I am bold. I do encourage and love, but I push a little. And so in Oklahoma, I had the honor of being able to help Margie and her family and her husband Bethel, and that was really, really exciting to be able to lead some there. And then I did my 5th episode in Pittsburgh, and that one was really fun. It was McKeesport actually, which is very close to Pittsburgh, and that was the 8th episode. So that was the season finale of the Hoarders, the 8 episodes. And for Oklahoma and McKeesport, I was listed as the lead organizer. So that was really fun. I did not know that was going to pop up on the screen with my name on the screen. I thought, oh my goodness, what just happened? And even my husband was like, did you know that was going to happen? I thought, no, I didn't at all. So it's been really exciting. It's been such a blast. The team, the camera crew, the production crew, top notch. Absolutely amazing, very professional, so fun to work with. It's like another family for me. So every time I see them, I just thoroughly enjoy being around them. They are such a joy, and they make the work fun. They make it's not easy. I mean, it's grueling, it's backbreaking, it's emotional. I come home completely taxed. But my family takes me in, holds me up, re-energizes me, and then sends me back out. So it's been such a blast.
And they organize the house for you?
No. The day before I come back. So my middle child, I love it. My middle child says to me, he says, like, this was not the way it looked like yesterday. My husband says to his father, is like, what are you doing throwing us all under the bus? It's really funny. It's okay. I mean, I'm just happy to be home, happy to be with my family, happy to just feel grounded and enjoying time with them because I've been away from them for 6 days. So the travel is taxing for sure on my family, but I do love what I do. And it's such a joy. And I think one of the really fun things about what I get to do is that now people that know me and love me get to see what I do daily. And they don't ever get to see that aspect or that side of my world. They just know that I do it, but they don't know like how it transpires in the communication with the clients and what happens and, what transpires, like what successes are, what failures there are, that kind of thing. So it's really, they're just thoroughly enjoying getting to watch that. And I am thoroughly enjoying doing it. It's a great show. It's Emmy nominated. So it's an amazing show to be a part of. It's such a good show.
I haven't watched TV in a while, but I used to watch it a lot. So I'm going to watch your episodes.
Yes, you have to watch them.
I'm going to watch your episodes.
Yes, sure. number 2. So season 12, only in season 12. Number 2, number 3, number 5. Yeah, number 5. Number 7 and number 8. Okay, awesome. 2, 3, 5, 7, 8 are the 5 episodes. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to tune in and support you for
Thank
sure.
You. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support so much. I am so grateful.
And so again, if anybody wants to contact Carolina, all of her information is there.
Yes.
Just leave it up for a minute, Gloria, so people can take it down if they need to. And I just want to say that it is amazing what you do and how you help people and everything you do. I know that you have a lot of content on your Instagram. So it's it's on Cure the Clutter or the _ Clutter. That's on Instagram. Yeah. So, and on Facebook as well. But I know you also were doing a lot of lives. So people can go and watch your past lives and set their notifications for when you come live again so that they know when you're live and they should follow your page and support you. So if you like Carolina, you like what she does, you've made it this far along in the episode, then you clearly like what's happening here. So go to her Facebook page and her Instagram and follow her and support what she's doing and recommend her, share, because it may not be you that needs her support, but it could be someone you know or love or someone they know or they love. So it's like a ripple of good energy that you put out there when you share things like this, I think.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. And there's quite a bit of content. There's actually 54 episodes between Facebook and Instagram of tips on how to move out, tips on how to move in, tips on your recipes, tips on cleaning your kitchen, your fridge. I pretty much covered the entire home, the garage, the basement, all of it. So there's a lot of information, like tons of information on there. Yep.
Well, I will be tuning into the one about cleaning your garage because that's my summer project this year. I've accumulated too much crap from 3 different moves. And I want to finish my garage. Like I want to paint it and do the floors and all of these things. But first I have to get all the crap out of it. So what I am going to do is instead of a garage sale, I'm going to do a giveaway. So I'm going to post it everywhere. Like it's a garage sale, but when you come, everything's going to be free.
There you go. That's awesome.
Just
That's
take
awesome.
it.
And there's a lot of great resources. Free Cycle, I know, is on Yahoo, and you can do a Facebook, say, you know, you're on the 3800 block of so-and-so street, you know, come pick everything up Saturday morning, you know, that kind of thing.
Exactly
So,
what I'm going to do. There's
yeah,
apps and everything I'm going to use.
I love it.
And just get rid of everything.
That's awesome. You
So
go,
Carolina,
girl. I love it.
Carolina,
I'm inspired by you.
So before we go, why is so important for people to be organized?
You know, it gives you your time back. It really does. You know, they say it takes people sometimes 10, 15, 20 minutes to find a single piece of paper. You know, think about what time you save by being organized. It helps so much with productivity too. That's why people have organizers come into workplaces, workspaces, because they want their employees to be more productive. So I think it's really important. You get your time back, and then you spend time doing what you love rather than what you have to do. I say that all the time. I feel like you want to do what you want to do, not what you have to do. If you have good systems in place, you're well organized. And like Gloria had mentioned, you know, sometimes it's crazy, it's chaotic, everything's all over the place, and then she gets it back. The reason she can do that is because she has systems in place so that she can get it back. And so that's the key. The key isn't to have it picture perfect all the time. The key is to have good systems in place, things that are effective. If it's not working, adjust, change, do something different. If you're landing all your mail on your kitchen counter and you can't eat on your kitchen counter, then land it somewhere else. You know, make adjustments, have good systems set up so that when chaos does ensue, you can come right back to that system when that chaos has been relieved or when that chaos no longer exists. So I think organizing gives you more time. And that's super important for all of us because nobody knows how much time they have left. You know, you want to enjoy every moment you have. So
correct.
Absolutely. I mean, I always tell my students that time is the most valuable thing that we have. So make sure that they're charging accordingly for it. And that's rule number one, right? Time and energy are most valuable. So if you're saving time, you're also saving energy.
Absolutely.
And it's a win-win.
Absolutely. And it's also the most wasted thing too. It's the thing that people waste the most is time. Yeah. So if you can have time back, I mean, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want more time? So.
Yes, definitely.
Perfectly stated. Perfectly
stated. Yes.
And
thank you guys so much.
That's right. It's about that time that we wrap up the show. I want to thank you so much, Carolina, for being our guest. It was such a pleasure to get to hang out with you and to see you and to talk to you and find out more and more and more about your business and to watch you. I've been watching you grow in success for years now.
Thank you.
So it's amazing to see you on another level, working with Hoarders and doing your thing and because obviously you want to impact the most people, and that's exactly what you're doing. So it is such a privilege for us to get to help with that in any little way that we have by broadcasting this and letting people get to know you a little bit more like I do. It's amazing.
I know. Thank you so much, ladies. Gloria, what a joy it was to meet you. I hope someday to meet you in person. And Kia, thank you so much. Thank you, ladies, so much for having me on. It was an honor. It was an honor.
Carolina, thank you so much to be in Hot Topics tonight.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have you, and we love your mission.
Thank you.
I'm going to share something very short with you and Kia. I have a daughter. She's 28, and 3-4 years ago, I created a business for her to be a closet organizer.
That's awesome.
I learned everything for her. That as she did it, she did like 1 or 2 classes. I did one with her, and we released a girl that was very, very, very bad. We released her. We went to her house. We cleaned her closet.
Right.
We found $1,500 in one of her clothing that she didn't know she had it.
Wow, that's awesome.
But my dad didn't pursue that anymore. But I know what is about organization, how important it is to be is for people. So thank you so much for being on that journey because a lot of people need it right now.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on. Yeah, I appreciate that.
You're from the jungle, my monkey sound.
I love it. Does he have a name? Does the monkey have a name?
No, let's name it. Let's put a name. Oscar.
Oscar. Oh, that's a great
Oscar.
name. Oscar.
Oscar.
Oscar. Perfect. That sounds like a
Oscar
monkey
the
name.
monkey.
That's
Now we have a
perfect.
mascot.
Yes.
Oscar.
Oscar
What?
the monkey.
Oscar the monkey.
I love it, you guys. That's awesome.
Okay, Carolina, we put you in the green room. We're gonna close the show and
Sounds
see you
great.
soon.
Okay, sounds good. Thank
Love
you.
you.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. Love
Bye.
you too. Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Wow, this is amazing show. Like all the shows, but this one is awesome.
I knew you were gonna like this one a lot. So
It's
tell
not.
me, what was your
Yes.
favorite thing about it?
Well, the favorite thing about it is like the way she said that we waste time. We waste it with the most thing that we waste in life is the time, and it's true. And be organized is very good for your mind, for your body, for your brain, for everything around you. Because when you are disorganized outside, it's because inside you are like something.
Yeah.
You are reflecting everything outside. You're reflecting everything,
Hmm.
and I talk about that today. And you just have to be aware. And like she said, you cannot be all the time so perfectly, because all success to be perfect and neat is also not normal. That's is also another problem. If you're so super neat and you have to have everything in order, that's also bad, because you have to have a balance in life. But if you recognize that you need to adjust things, okay, oh, I need to adjust, it's very healthy to do that. And like she said, the time, I think the most important thing tonight is we we waste time, and we cannot waste any more time because life is going too fast, and we don't want to lose time. What do you think about that?
Well, it depends on what you're doing when you're wasting time. If you're loving what you're doing when you're wasting time, then is it really a waste of time? Oh my God, I heard Mindy Colling say that. I love Mindy Colling, it turns out. She
No,
says a
I'm
lot
not
of really smart stuff, but true.
I'm not
But I know
I'm
what
not
you
saying
mean. We
I'm
don't
not
want to
saying they're
waste
wasting
time
time. Yeah, I don't saying they're wasting time of, doing stuff.
doing
It
stuff
be
you love,
waste.
right? You're talking
Yes,
about wasting time
yes,
trying to have to find something you can't find because your
exactly,
insides are in turmoil, so your outsides are reflecting that, right? And that's
exactly.
exactly what Carolina was saying, like what the catalyst event, the triggering event for someone to become disorganized or to be chronically or temporarily chronically disorganized, right? Because so, I went through that. Actually, everybody knows, if you've been watching this show for a long time, that I am divorced, right? And I went through a lot of the divorce while I was doing Hot Topics Live. So we were talking about it. And a lot of times during that time period, I was disorganized because I was working all the time. I was managing my two kids, and something
Right,
had to get cut out of the schedule. And a lot of
right,
times that was cleaning until I brought in cleaning ladies, which I can't live without now. But it helps me because it helps me to have that peace of mind because it's a cycle, right? So you look around your surroundings and they're disorganized, but because you're disorganized on the inside, because you're all in
right,
turmoil for some reason or whatever your
right,
reasoning is.
right,
And
right,
then you're in turmoil on the inside and you look around and it's a mess. So it's like feeding itself like a cycle until you can find a way to remedy that. And that's where Carolina comes in, and she's so beautiful at and compassionate in the way she works with people, and you can see her authenticity. You can see exactly who she is and how she works with people and why she does it. And her why is because she has the love of serving and the love of seeing people feel better. And that is so important when you want to work with someone like that, is choosing someone who is non-judgmental, who's compassionate, and who really is on your side and they're in the trenches with you, wanting to help you to live your best life. And that's why I wanted to have her on the show. Not only because she's my sister, not only because we went to high school together and to school together for many years, actually, at private school, but not only because we got into shenanigans and we had fun and I just know that she's wonderful, but because what she does is meaningful and it helps people. And what we do here is bring meaning and try to help people. And so it aligns.
also Kia, if you have a large family, you also can educate everybody to help in everything. And I'm going to give you an example. In my case, in my family, we are like four, and I train my two kids that every time we eat, every single one wash their plate. It takes 30 to 40 seconds to wash the plate and put it away. It doesn't take time, but people get lazy. They put it there, they put it there, they put it there, and then they have a big tower of plates. Now I'm alone, and every time I have my breakfast, it's 30 seconds, and that's it. So my kitchen is always neat. But you have to create that habit, and that's where Carolina comes in to create that habits and that method for people to have
Mm-hmm.
an easy life.
The systems that
The
you put in
systems.
place. And you have to
Yes,
find things that work for you. If that works
exactly.
for you, then that's a great system for your life. Someone else's
Right.
system might be every time they eat, they just put it in the dishwasher. And at the end of the
Well,
day,
yes.
that's what we
I don't
do.
have. I have no dishwasher here. I
Put
don't
it in
have.
the
I don't
dishwasher.
have it like. No, I don't. So
and then
I
and
have
then
to
once
deal
a
with
day I
it.
just run the dishwasher. and
Yeah.
then my son puts it away because that's his chore.
Right.
So,
Right.
and half the time he will load the dishwasher too, because if he's in trouble he has extra chores, which I also learned from Milton Hershey. So it just keeps going. But anyway, this
We
has
need to
been
wrap it
such a
up.
fun show. We're gonna
Yes.
wrap it up. If you've made it this far watching Hot Topics Live today, I want to encourage you to follow our page. Follow our Hot Topics Live Facebook page. Set your notifications so that you know when we come live, because we pop up anytime. Sometimes, usually we're on live on Wednesdays and Thursdays, but we sometimes do extra shows. So
Yes.
you know when we come live, and then go to our Hot Topics Live Facebook page and check it out. There are so many different episodes with so many different amazing people. There's something for everyone. So, and if you like this, then also share it with someone who may also like it, a friend, a family member who might be interested in what we're talking about or like some of the episodes we've done in the past. Have them check it out. And if they like it, have a watch party. Watch it together. Facebook lets you do that. Anyway, you can also follow us on Instagram, right here, right there. Gloria Gold 1111, where she creates amazing and fun and entertaining stories on her Instagram page about her adventures in Costa Rica.
Costa
And
Rica.
we love that. It's so interesting. But not only that, she has a lot of wonderful, inspiring moments and insights. And I think I'm going to sweet talk her into posting more of that stuff on Facebook. So stay tuned to our feed on our Facebook page, and you get to see more videos of us and hear what we're up to and inspirational moments and cool stuff like that, and more about our guests too, because we're doing that as well. So
Right.
many amazing guests to come. You have no idea. Like really interesting, diverse things coming up this summer. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So,
We
oh
getting
yeah,
big. We getting big and
YouTube,
bigger.
bigger and bigger.
Bigger and bigger.
YouTube. We are now on YouTube. But apparently, YouTube thinks that it's Gloria's show. And I'm fine with it. So type in Gloria and Hot Topics Live. And when you do that, subscribe. Because maybe you prefer to watch this on YouTube. And if you do, or if someone you know does, go and sign up on YouTube and have a look over there. And with that, I am going to wrap it up. I'm
Yes.
Kia Baker. I am the founder and host of the Female Veterans Podcast, Women Warrior Stories, and Success Coach at London Real Academy, where I get to help amazing high-level adult learners create things. And I love doing that. I'm also the founder of the Rose Method, my own personal coaching. And if you're interested in that, send me a private message through our Hot Topics Live messenger chat, or follow me on Instagram and send me a private message there. And as always, I am joined by the most sensational, delightful, talented, and wise, light working being. She is fully becoming a guru right now. She is learning all of these amazing things that you won't even believe. And stay tuned for her spoiler alert retreat that you may be able to go to and experience a lot of really cool stuff in the near future. So stay tuned for that. But this beautiful bombshell is sitting right next to me.
And this is Gloria Goldberg. Who else? Me. I
The
love
number one.
myself. I love myself.
I love myself too.
I love myself. Well, I'm Gloria Goldberg, the founder of the podcast Unbreakable Life with Glory, where I talk about depression, anxiety, PTSD, in a natural way, in a holistic way to always make you feel better. And also the founder and the host of the bilingual show, The Gloria, where I talk about also the depression, anxiety, PTSD in Spanish and English. And tomorrow we're gonna have an epic episode because I'm gonna have Erjan. He was a survivor for a kidnap situation for 2 years, and also I was kidnapped for 3 months, and we're gonna talk about depression, anxiety, and we're gonna talk about all the emotions that we have and through that beautiful experience. Very tremendous, but a beautiful and blessed experience. So stay tuned tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And thank you so much, everybody, to be in Hot Topics tonight. And see you next Wednesday. Maybe Tuesday too. We don't know, but for sure Wednesday. And
Thursday, for sure
okay,
Thursday, because
for
I'm
sure.
traveling Wednesday.
Bueno, sí, sí, sí. Bueno, chao. Un besito. Chao. I love you.